But me, myself, I don't want to see an exact replica of the story I've already played through. There's nothing. I know what's going to happen. It's called an adaptation for a reason. So yesterday, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, there was a stream for Silent Hill. It was called the Transmission, the Silent Hill Transmission, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Konami, the owners of Silent Hill, the developers also, or no, they're the owners. They have different developers who make them. Silent Hill's a series of games. It's also been movies. Well, they just had a bunch of Silent Hill shit. There's been nothing about Silent Hill for years now. Beloved series. Had all kinds of shit. They announced games. They got a new game coming that's going to be in Japan at some point. They got a remake of Silent Hill 2 that's going to be at least timed exclusive for PlayStation. Kind of wanted to talk about how it is that they're doing that, but then bitching and moaning about the whole acquisition. We're not going to get there. But they had a mobile game. They had all kinds of games and stuff. They just Silent Hill Overload, but something else that they talked about was a new movie. We're getting another Silent Hill movie. And that's not all the news. There's actually good news attached to this because you're thinking video game movie? Oh my God. And the Silent Hill, the second one was terrible. But the first one was actually good. I enjoy the first Silent Hill movie. It's not perfect, but it's an entertaining little ride. It is one of the better video game movies out there. During a recent live stream dubbed the Silent Hill Transmission, like I said, a new film in the Silent Hill franchise titled Return to Silent Hill was announced. Christoph Gaines, who helmed the original 2006 Silent Hill film adaptation, the good one, will direct this newly announced sequel, which is said to follow the events of the video game Silent Hill 2. Victor Haidida, executive producer for the first Silent Hill film and the new Return film, said the film tells a story of a young guy coming back to Silent Hill where he has known a great love. And what he is going to find is a pure nightmare. Gaines, for what it's worth, spoke about the possibility of a new Silent Hill film months ago in an interview, saying the script for a new Silent Hill movie is totally independent from the two previous movies made and respects the way Silent Hill has evolved. Silent Hill is a bit like the Twilight Zone, the fourth dimension, a place where anything and everything can happen. I worked on a new Silent Hill, which is a Silent Hill of the year 2023, since the film will be released next year in 2023, and not a Silent Hill as I imagined in 2006. You excited about this, Nick?
You know, I'm right there with you. I love the first movie. It was entertaining. It at least was competent, unlike that second movie. Really respected the property for the most part. And yeah, I really like it. Now, it's interesting that they decided to do a sequel with this director, who, of course, did Brotherhood of the Wolf. You know, they're bringing a new writer because the original writer, of course, went to jail for manslaughter. But yeah, I'm excited for it because I think it'll be a fun movie. I think it'll be an entertaining movie. The fact that they're kind of taking off Silent Hill 2, you know, bringing back Pyramid Head. They're going to have better technology with the CGI because, to be fairly honest, if you go back and watch that original movie, CGI don't hold up very well. So,
yeah.
I kind of want them to bring Sean Bean back, but I don't know if he died in the second movie or not. But
No, he didn't.
Okay, yeah, bring Sean Bean back then. Have him die by Pyramid Head. Have him be Pyramid Head or something like that. Yeah, I'm you know, it's gonna be like 3 years or 2 years before the movie comes out, but you know, if they can respect the property and make it like the first one, where they make it halfway decent and one of the better, you know, video game movies, then sure, why not?
Well, they say that it's now. Here's the thing: the wording is odd because in one part they say it's a new film in the Silent Hill franchise, and then they do say at one point newly announced sequel. Now, I don't know if this is the wording coming from the article I pulled all this from, or if that's if it is an actual sequel, because he's saying, well, and what he said months ago might not be what they're doing now. I don't know. Nobody knows. All we know officially, the only official stuff we have of the new film is what the producer said, that the film tells the story of a young guy coming back to Silent Hill where he has known a great love, and what he is going to find is pure nightmare. That's it. So all that stuff that Gaines said months ago could be just totally in the ether.
Yeah.
They say it's based, or it will follow the events of Silent Hill 2. Now, that is the one Silent Hill game I've played all the way through to the end. And it is probably lauded as the best one. That's why they're remaking it. It follows a character, I believe his name was Harry. It follows a male character, which many people, because the first film wasn't an exact adaptation, but many people say that, it's funny that you mention, what's his name? Michael,
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. I want to say Michael Bean. I know it's not him. Sean Bean's character, many people said he was more or less the character of Harry from part 2. Now, I don't want to spoil it, but what we know, if you've played Silent Hill 2, the way that story works out, if they follow that story to a T, no, his character's not that. He did survive the first film.
No, he clearly plays the dog at the computer monitor.
Yeah, that ending, the alien.
Dude, did you see the statue? They're coming out with the statue for that part, that ending.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
the little
the dog on the computer.
Kind of, it's one of those Japanese dogs. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, should this be a direct? I don't have no idea if it's a direct sequel or if it's just another movie in that franchise. I'd like to see a sequel to the first one where Sean Bean comes back and maybe he's going and looking for whatever her name was.
Well, that's what he was doing in the second movie. He was looking for what's her face. She ends up
right, because the second one was a direct sequel, but he died in that.
Yeah, it had fucking Jon Snow in it and shit. No, this one honestly, if they did like a wholly original movie, I'd be fine with that because there are many stories you can tell about Silent Hill. Like for instance, when we were talking about the new Silent Hill game that is in this like weird live experience from J.J. Abrams is it's set in Japan. So why
60s.
can't you make so it's called Silent Hill F or something like that. And it's like, why can't you just make a different story? We don't need to follow this woman in the background, Rhoda Mitchell, and
now that I think of that, and now that I remember that the second movie is a direct sequel to the first one, no matter how terrible it is. I don't think this is. I think that sequel was just from this article. I don't think that this is going to be a sequel. I think this is going to just be another Silent Hill, and we happen to have the first movie's director. I think it's going to be a whole new thing, especially if they're following the second game. I mean, it could be in the same world, but just a different story. Like, there's nothing saying that it couldn't be the same Silent Hill, same universe, but it's not connected to that first one beyond, of course, Silent Hill. But yeah, the second game does have one of the more interesting stories, especially its big twist in the end is an interesting twist.
Right.
So, yeah, right on. I'm looking forward to this. I really liked what he did with the first one and even Brotherhood of the Wolf. Has he made any? I'm sure he's made something else. Has he done anything else since then?
No, I don't think so. I think he's stuck mostly to like French films or something like that.
Well, yeah, he is French, so I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, I'd be interested. I liked what he did with the first one, so I'd be interested to see his take on the second one. I hope they don't like stick like word for word to the second one's story because I mean, branch out a little bit. That's what I liked about the first one is an adaptation. There was Silent Hill stuff in there that we knew, but it was, doing its own thing. And some people don't like that, but me myself, I don't want to see an exact replica of the story I've already played through. There's nothing. I know what's going to happen. I don't want tell something a little bit different and just have flourishes. It's called an adaptation for a reason. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah, Silent Hill 3 or remake, reboot, whatever. There's another fucking Silent Hill coming. It's coming from a director who has shown he knows how to direct Silent Hill. So that's coming at some point. They didn't give any information as to when it's coming out. So it's probably at least a year or so away, I would say. I have no idea. So let us know in the comments below if you're interested in Silent Hill and Christoph Gaines coming and taking over the helm for this new Silent Hill that's going to follow the second game's story. Have you played any of the Silent Hills? Are you do you like Silent Hill 2? If not, well, you're going to be real disappointed in this movie because it's going to follow that story to at least to a degree. But what do you guys think of this? Let us know. And by the way, he had nothing to do with the second film, which is fucking terrible, by the way. So, yeah, let us know in the comments below.
Yes.